ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Yost Ice Arena. We're bringing you the second game in this two-game series against St. Cloud State, with your Michigan Wolverines winning last night 3-0. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kendall Spencer, joined by Mourtzinos on your first hockey call, correct?
Correct.
How you feeling?
Feeling great, excited to be here.
As I previously mentioned, 3-0 win last night. Despite, getting that W in the score sheet, there are definitely things the Wolverines could improve on. Give me a quick synopsis from last night's game and what you're looking to see them improve on tonight.
Yeah, I thought they started a little slow. They didn't come out, weren't working tape to tape on their passes, seemed a little loose with the puck. I'd like to see clean breaks out of the zone, too many turnovers in their own third of the ice, I thought was a problem. And then I think they did, correct that as the game kind of went on, but I'd like to see them start that from the opening puck drop here. And I think that with, a guy like Ethan Edwards, who I thought was impactful, I thought Tyler Duke was great as well last night. I think that those guys can move the puck still, and we got to just keep on moving it, clean entries out of the zone.
Absolutely. And then who on the Wolverines do you want to really see come out strong, make a big impact tonight?
I'm interested in TJ Hughes again. I thought he was one of their best offensive players last night. I hope that continues if you're a Wolverines fan tonight.
Corpy is in for Stein after a win last night. St. Cloud State comes away with it on the face-off, dumps it in to the Wolverine zone. Fantilli drops back to collect, but misses. Same with Ernesti before he finally gets it over to Fantilli, bringing it up the left-hand side, finds a streaking Draper. Face some opposition from St. Cloud State, and they're going back the other way.
That was a nice clean zone originally up to Draper. I'd like to see more of that.
Transition play, definitely something the Wolverines have been struggling with it for about 2 years now. It'll be interesting to see if they make any improvements in this one. As they bring it into the offensive zone. LaPointe looking for a long pass down to Lovell, doesn't get it. Instead, St. Cloud State is streaking. Thorson, but he loses it. Picked up by Werner.
That was a good chance there for LaPointe. St. Cloud State had a nice clean break as well, but nice job by Michigan to recover back.
Battling for it on the far boards. St. Cloud State comes away with it, but some sloppy transition play after restart back behind their own blue line. Ralph dumps it in. Some back and forth. Bernovic loses it. Shifsky has it. He had a breakaway goal last night. He is Zinger playing some defense. He'll pass it back up to the blue line. A cross-ice pass for Edwards. Slapper from the point, no good.
Yeah, Shifsky was very good last night, especially on that shorthanded chance. A nice little entry into the zone there, just not much came out of it.
St. Cloud State fails to get the puck out of the zone. Wolverines trying to set something up here. Rayon Mullen just kind of whiffs on it, and that gives St. Cloud State a breakaway. It's Ingram coming in. Corpy shot straight into the chest.
Yeah, good save by Corpy there on his first action of the night. Just the whiff by Rayon Mullen kind of translated that.
Here comes Humphreys. He is Edwards. Back to Humphreys. No good.
Yeah, just wide there by Humphreys. Good chance, though. Nice little 2-on-1, just with some better execution.
Moldenhauer slowing things down. And there'll be a whistle. Already, we mentioned a few things that we would have liked to see from them last night, and it was better transition game and better offensive zone setups, and they've done a decent job so far.
Yeah, they look much cleaner than they did at the beginning of last night's game. St. Cloud State kind of on their heels early. It was quite the opposite last night, but Michigan has put the onus on, although they do have a defensive zone faceoff coming up here.
This is actually going to be a power play for St. Cloud State. I believe the call was too many men on the ice.
Yeah, looks like Werner's going to head to the box here. They'll
get him to serve the minor, and the Huskies will be up for the next 2 minutes.
Penalty kill was 4 for 4 last night. Stein made a couple really big saves. Hopefully Corpy can kind of pick up the slack here.
The Huskies win the face-off. Shot attempt cleared out. Estapa's streaking up the left-hand side, looking for Draper. His shot misses wide. Estapa's shot.
Yeah, another whiff by a defenseman leads to breakout only. This time it's the other way around with St. Cloud State whiffing.
Estapa almost picks Gross's pocket. The Huskies get it back. Mietinen dumps it in.
Yeah, not a good power play here for the Huskies. Just can't get a clean entry into the zone. Try to dump it there. I'm wondering if they're going to have somebody carry it through the neutral zone on this attempt.
Wiley. Pass from Mietinen on the left-hand side finds Hall at the blue line. Wiley has to come over and keep it in on the left side. Cross-ice pass.
Good stick by Edwards.
Bernovik's pass attempt broken up by Edwards, and they'll clear it down, then get a line change.
Yeah, that's a big clear minute in this power play. Phenomenal stick by Edwards, and then the easy clear for the Wolverines.
Huskies trying to set things up. Gardner, worked on by Shifsky, has to dump it in. Rings around the boards. Zinger can't collect it in time, and it gets knocked back out. LaPointe chasing Gardner down, but it'll be played by Posh, the goaltender.
Yeah, Huskies haven't been able to set up their power play yet. Almost a minute and a half here. Good kill from the Wolverines, similar to what we saw last night.
Huskies back in the offensive zone. Sahlquist passed around for Thorson. Finds Ingram on the left-hand side. Cross-ice pass for Thorson is behind him. Gets cleared out. And Halem has a breakaway attempt and just loses it off his stick. Trying to trick out Posh and just slipped away from him.
Yeah, Halem's house got wide there once he saw the goal, similar to Shifsky last night.
Ingram, pass across for Ashan. And that brings the penalty kill to an end for the Wolverines as Werner comes out of the box and gets it, but there's 3 Huskies in front of him. He's gonna take it all the way to the net himself, shot high, and trickles out.
Yeah, good kill by the Wolverines there. You can argue that Halem had the best chance for either team on that power play, but now back to even strength.
And that almost would have been a repeat from last night, because I believe that
Yeah.
Shifsky goal was shorthanded.
Yeah, Wolverines didn't have an even strength goal. They had a 4-on-4 shorthanded and then a 6-on-5 empty netter.
Wolverines have possession, but battling for it in their own zone. Lovell gives it over to Rayon Mullen. Back to Lovell, finds Hughes, but there's too much on it. It bounces off his stick. They'll have to chase it into the right corner in their own zone. Wobbly puck tipped out. Wolverines have to regroup. Huskies can't manage to get it out of their own zone. Some pressure coming in.
Yeah, both teams just trying to find their skates right now. Not much of anything working for either of these teams right now.
Bernovic brings it up the left-hand side in the Huskies' offensive zone. Pass attempt no good. Humphreys brings this one out now. Tries to get it across to Hage, and I think they're going to be called for offsides there.
Yeah, just offsides there. Humphreys just a little too far ahead of the puck as they try to cross the blue line. But both teams really haven't been able to find their offensive zone. Corby made a couple big saves on that power play. So I'm interested to see, what team can kind of gain the momentum here. It's up in the air for sure.
Face-off in the neutral zone. That's a Stoppa and Gross. Knocked down the ice. Corpy plays it. Hands it off to Fantilli. Fantilli up the ice for Ernest. Pass attempt for Draper was picked by Lidke, the captain for the Huskies. He'll turn around, try and get something going, but it ends up back in the hands of Haiti. Draper trying to get something started. Batted out of midair.
Yeah, great stick there by Lidke to not allow Draper to dump it into the zone.
A lot of back and forth right now. Neither team's managing to keep the puck on their stick.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be a problem. Both teams looking to kind of dump it, but haven't just been able to get puck retrieval along the boards. Both defensemen doing a very good job avoiding the forecheck.
And a dangerous play gives Thorson wide open space in front of the crease. Wolverines can't get it out. Another chance for Ashan.
Yeah, as I say that, Truscott just misplays it a little bit. Gives up that chance to Thorson.
Big hit, Lovell slow to get up. Some grief from the fans, but he looks all right. And no call. Hughes up for Halem. Knocked over. Going the other way. Shifsky dumps it back in. Ashan dumps it back into his offensive zone.
Yeah, both teams still just trying to find their footing almost 7.5 minutes into this game. Michigan's defense been doing a much better job limiting the turnovers outside of Truscott's little whiff there on the last attempt, but St. Cloud State doing a very good job on their own end as well.
Back in the Husky zone. Duke gloves it down. Long shot, almost tipped in by Moultonhour, but Posh had the save. Wolverines maintain possession. Cross ice pass for Rayon Mullen. He'll lob a softball in there, gloved by Posh.
Yeah, easy save there for Posh. Looking for, I believe it was Moldenhauer again or Humphreys on the tip. Humphreys, I believe, on the tip. But Posh had a clear line of sight. Nobody really in front of him. Hits him right in the logo on his chest. Relatively easy save for the Huskies goaltender.
Rayon Mullen and Christian Humphreys, both freshmen this year after joining from the US NTDP. A lot of shakeup on this roster. A couple of big names from last season have moved on, signed their entry levels in the NHL. And this has been the tale for the Wolverines kind of for the past couple years, as they've had a lot of talent, but unfortunately when you're that talented, the NHL comes a-calling, and they have to really develop that chemistry every season. And there's going to be some sort of review.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what they're checking here. Looked like a pretty clean play there from Posh. Not much in terms of interference of the goaltender. I'm wondering if it's a clock issue. Is kind of where my mind is going right now, but I'm not exactly sure what the officials are checking out down there.
LaPointe was talking to the ref before he hopped into the box to review something, and it didn't seem like a friendly conversation. So I feel like whatever they're looking at right now would be going not in Michigan's favor, but there was no announcement on this. They just headed to the box, and you can kind of see the camera on the Jumbotron, but it's not exactly clear what they're looking for.
Yeah, I'm trying to look in between the referees' helmets, but I don't know. They're looking at the blue line. I wonder if it's a offsides issue or if it's a late hit something.
Because it's that, yeah, this seems to be back from early in the play before there was even a shot. Before Rayon Mullen's shot even landed on net, it seemed to be what they're going over. There were a couple hits that went uncalled on both sides. I'm not sure if they're looking at one of those. Again, they did not announce anything. They just headed to the box for review.
Yeah, a couple things I really haven't seen before here in back-to-back nights. Last night with the puck getting stuck in Stein's gear was something I've never seen. And then, you know, usually the officials announce it. This is kind of weird, too. The crowd looks a little confused as well. But they're still been going over it for now, maybe a minute and a half or so. So I think they're checking. They've got to be checking some sort of hit after that face-off by the blue line, but I'm not sure.
Wolverines had a slow start to the first last night, but they've already, I would say, looked a lot better in this one. Just haven't managed.
Whoa.
So that is a 5-minute major for Keenan Draper for high sticking.
Oh, and we're going to get replay here for a good.
And that he did that, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I am kind of obnoxious in the student section because I'm always like, guys, that was a good call. And that, yeah, that was on the face-off, just got right up in the face of a Husky and put his stick in it.
Yeah, good thing you can usually tell, right, if the crowd is kind of angry. Not much reaction. Definitely a penalty there by Draper, but a 5-minute major early in this game is not something you want to have as a coach. I'm sure that's going to be talked about by Naruto later in the game.
Huskies win the face-off. Wiley, Hall cross-ice pass, looking for Brnovic. Brnovic in front. Gross had fallen over. He was wide open, so lucky break there for the Wolverines as Ernest tries to bring it out.
Yeah, very lucky there for the Wolverines. Gross was definitely had a net front goal right there.
Hall shot in, blocked by Corpy.
Yeah, great blocker save, not giving up a good rebound. Very fundamental.
Hall shot from the left face-off dot, went high, and Gross puts it in from the right. Huskies 1-0, just 39 seconds into this 5-minute major.
Yeah, that's going to be demoralizing for a team, as Michigan is still going to have to be on the penalty kill for a little while longer. But with that kind of just puck bouncing around over in the left boards, kind of left Gross wide open, and that give him the easy one-timer there from the right face-off dot, kind of a power play special. But Michigan just kind of losing track of where the Huskies were on that play, allowing the wide open shot for Corpy, not really a chance as it being low blocker side.
That's Tyson Gross with the power play goal. And the Wolverines need to tighten things up on this penalty kill, as there's still 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, still a long time for this Wolverines penalty kill for sure.
Duke dumps it right in front of the net, but picked up by Shifsky. Shifsky just trying to knock it in. He lays a big hit on Thorson, but no call.
Yeah, Thorson was kind of going over there too. I don't know if Shifsky more just jumped out of the way and kind of did an Olay there, allowing Thorson to go into the boards, but I thought that was for sure clean. Good hit by Shifsky.
The Huskies have to regroup. That's Zinger dropping it back for Gross. Cross ice for Hall. Hall bringing it in. Cross to Brnovic. Slow, kind of trickling. Gets sticked away by somebody right in front of the net for Miettinen. Finally, Wolverines batted out enough.
Yeah, Miettinen found himself all alone. Wolverines just kind of losing track of Huskies right now. Not exactly what you want to see on the kill. Earlier in that power play, though, Brnovic just definitely didn't get all that slap shot, though, from the right dot.
Huskies bring it back in. Gross spinning, loses the puck, but teammate collects it. Hall's pass intended for Brnovic. Too much on it, has to knock it off his skate. LaPointe breaks up the pass intended for Hall. And falling over, knocks it out of the zone.
Yeah, big play by LaPointe clearing it, just not deep enough to get change.
Truscott coming in on Wiley. It's back behind the net. LaPointe, that's a big one.
Yeah, there we go.
Sent all the way down, played by Posh.
Exactly what the Wolverines need there. Getting 4 new guys on the ice. Kind of reset here. The past minute and a half of this kills have been much better than the opening minute and a half. So hopefully the Wolverines can keep that up here.
We'll get some fresh legs on the ice, as will the Huskies. Picked off by Hallam. Bring it up the ice. Rowe, shot on net. Blocked by Posh.
Yeah, Hallam made a great play in the defensive zone. There was a Husky all alone on the backside. Fantilli kind of just lost track of him and then got the puck up to Rowe, but good save by Posh to keep the Wolverines scoreless for this one.
Gardner will kick things off on this attempt. Sahlquist. Dangerous hit there from Ernest on Thorson again, who's on his knees by the Michigan bench. He had the puck kind of trapped, and he's gonna have some words with the ref as he is the victim of another big hit by Wolverine.
Yeah, Thorson's taking a couple big hits in this one. Took a couple big hits last night. Definitely could use some ice for him. But good clear by the Wolverines here. Guess nice little stoppage, minute 26 left. Have to lock up on the defensive end. You keep Hallam out there. He's been impactful. I thought LaPointe had a great clear as well earlier. Hopefully those two forwards, along with what appears to be Duke and Rail Mullen, can keep it going for the Wolverines.
Face off in neutral zone, closer to the Wolverine blue line, won by the Huskies. Hall looking in from Miettinen, just a bit ahead of him.
Yeah, good idea there by Hall.
Yeah, Miettinen streaking. Huskies maintain possession. Wiley to Hall. Hall shot right into the logo on the chest of Corpy, and they'll get another Another stop. 1:08 remaining on the 5-minute major. Keenan Draper for high sticking was the call.
Yeah, good save by Corby there, coming out, not really allowing any angles. If you're a goaltender, you'd like to see a defender kind of get in the way of that, not really allow the shot to get even through the goaltender, but better to get out of the way and allow Corby the easy save rather than to accidentally screen your own man.
Huskies come away with the puck after the face-off. Brnovic down low, pass attempt back up for Gross.
Yeah, a little tic-tac-toe down there near the blue paint.
Brnovic back behind for Miettinen, back to Brnovic. Miettinen whiffs on it right in front of the net, and that's launched down the ice by Haiti.
Yeah, Shifsky broke up the initial pass down low, and then Haiti with the big clear allows Michigan to kind of reset here for the last 35 seconds or so of this power play.
Huskies bring it back in, but lose control. Edwards' clearing attempt no good. Picked up by Rosborough. Up to Ralph. Colin Ralph hits it in with a dangerous bounce, I think off the stick of Auchan. Luckily the Wolverines come away unscathed.
Yeah, deflection just went wise there by Auchan, but right idea by Ralph looking for a tip out front. Corpy, I don't know if he would have saved it if that had been on net, but Wolverines lucky to only give up one goal.
And that brings the 5-minute major to a close. And they'll be back at full strength, coming away, giving up only one goal, 30 seconds in. There's a shot by Humphreys. Wolverines applying some pressure, battling for it in the far right corner.
Yeah, it's always an interesting thing after a 5-minute major, especially when you give up a goal that early. Who has the momentum? On one hand, St. Cloud State got the early goal. On the other hand, though, the Wolverines just killed the last 4 minutes of that power play. So good things for both sides. Obviously, if you're the Wolverines, you wouldn't love to give up that goal, but nice little 4 and 13 close to that power play.
Jack Ryman just kind of leapfrogged Lovell. Some grief from the fans there wanting a call. And they'll get one, but it's going to be offsides on the Huskies.
Yeah, Trescott in the pinch there kind of forced just a little confusion there from the St. Cloud State side, leading to the offsides call there.
This is a bit before your time, but my freshman and sophomore year, so 2021, 2022, those seasons, this team was plagued by 5-minute majors. They were one of the most penalized teams in all of college hockey. It felt like every game someone got called for a 5-minute major. So if any, this team should have practice with killing those, as that was just, it felt like every game. It was always Marcus Stappa, always.
Yeah, 5-minute major, nothing you want out of a team here.
Wolverines focusing on, being less penalized. Not a great start on this one, but maybe it's because they had their first goal shorthanded last night. They're trying to get something going, and they almost did. That Callum had that breakaway.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, any team would like to limit the 5-minute majors. Penalty kill was good last night, 4 for 4. You would have liked to see a better Michigan penalty kill, especially for the first minute and a half. But overall, not a bad kill at all. Only down one. They're being outshot 8-4. I feel like the play's pretty even though on both sides. I don't feel like St. Cloud State dominated the first, 14 minutes of this game like they did last night. So I'm interested to see if the Wolverines can kind of lead that for last good solid 6 minutes before they head to the locker room for first intermission.
Puck knocked into the Wolverine zone. Mullen dumps it in, played by Posh. Battling for it. Right-hand side, that's Hage. Gets taken away. Werner recollects. Hage has it back. He tries to do a spin move. Nothing going, but they still have possession. Trescott, long shot from the blue line. Deflected. Had a couple second chance opportunities there, but just couldn't get a real hold on it.
Yeah, Hage was initially looking for LaPointe in the middle before it kicked back out to Trescott.
Long shot wide from Hall. Mullen Around the boards to Truscott. Back up for LaPointe. Knocks it off the boards and down. It's going to be an ice.
Yeah, LaPointe didn't really need to do that there. He had a little bit of time. Panicked a little bit trying to get off the ice, I think. I'm a little worried about too many men. I'm not really sure. Not really a necessary icing call there by the Wolverines, as they're going to, officials are going to go over there and try to sort out who has to still be on the ice.
Take the face-off in the Wolverine zone. Going to be Real Mullen. Nope. Cage, probably.
Yeah, looking like Cage.
Hage and Gross. Huskies come away with it. Thorson gets a quick shot in on Corpy.
Yeah, good save there by Corpy. Off the draw is always a little worried. You worry about how in position Corpy is, but gets down into the butterfly, makes the save in grade A ice, but Thorson definitely didn't get all of that.
Hughes takes the face-off this time. Wolverines come away with it. Moldenauer up the right-hand side, trying to work past Ralph. Dumped in for Shifsky. There were two Huskies on him. Knocked out. Moldenauer not tall enough to make that. Can't bat it down.
No, just a little over the reach there.
They'll have to start over. Cross-ice pass. Looking for Shifsky. Moldenauer in front of the net. Puck ends up behind the goal. Thorson trying to clear it, just gets a little lost. Almost taken away by Hughes. Instead, it'll be an icing against St. Cloud.
Yeah, good shift there by the Wolverines. Some sustained offensive zone pressure, even though they weren't able to really set up anything they want. But decent forecheck, forcing the ice. Keep some tired Huskies out there. As you know, hopefully you can get out your starters and see what they can do against these tired Husky legs.
Face-off won by the Huskies, but the Wolverines come away with it. Haiti dumps it in looking for Draper. No good, almost knocked out by Gross, but Gardner kept it in on accident. Luckily, the Wolverines are the ones that take it out. They'll have to start over. Fantilli dumping it in.
Yeah, Huskies have been very clear in their own defensive zone. I don't know if they have a turnover in their own third of the ice. Being able to clear the puck, big part of what they are, not really allowing the Wolverines to set up anything here.
4 minutes remaining in this first period. Long shot from Ernest. This is wide. Haiti this time, all the way up from the blue line on the right-hand side, and it didn't hit the net, but it did hit a Husky in front. I think that's Ralph.
Yeah, Posh never saw that. He was still confused as it was going wide.
Somebody has broken a stick as well. Puck's still in the Husky zone. Rowe trying to fight Ralph for it now. Kept in the blue line by Fantilli. Pass it over to Duke, who hits the ice. No call.
Yeah, it just looked like he slipped there. Crowd wants a penalty. I don't think they're going to get one.
Humphreys working around Gross from the far right side. They did get one there, as the ref has a hand up. Halem. Long shot. Collected by a Wolverine. Back up to Humphreys, who makes Gardner miss. Back to Hage. Hage cross to Fantilli. And that shot on the inside by Duke is finally blocked by a Husky, and we get the whistle. That's Gardner, who's heading to the box with a warm greeting from the fans. That's hooking on Gardner. And the Wolverines get their first power play of the evening.
Yeah, definitely a little hook there on Duke. I think the crowd was looking for a trip. I didn't see a trip, so obviously a little bit of a hook from Gardner there. But U of M has a good chance to kind of get a goal back here.
Yeah, that call came in a little later as Hughes wins the faceoff. Estapa loses control, and that's chucked down the ice by Ashan.
A good clear by the Huskies to start the power play, even with Hughes' win off the faceoff.
Wolverines regroup. Hayes will bring it up. Dumps it off for LaPointe. Finds Estapa in the center, right in front of the goal, but he loses control of it. Lidkey picked it away originally. Collected by the Wolverines. In for Hayes. Hayes' shot deflected at first by Posh, but big rebound. Luckily, he got a glove on it.
Yeah, Hage was looking short side. Posh was able to get the glove down and then fall on his own rebound. Good sound goaltending there by Posh, but good attempt there by Hage.
Humphreys will take the face-off on the right-hand side against Miettinen. Werner comes away with it. Up for Edwards. Edwards' shot knocked off of Moldenauer and could have almost had a good bounce there. After Humphreys faked the slap shot, Edwards will shoot it again. Puck bounces away. Werner a bit too slow to get there. Ryman tries to get a breakaway, and he ends up knocking over Edwards. There's no call, but Ryman has no stick.
Yeah, that deflection just went wide, and then Posh gave up a juicy rebound. Werner was just a little late to it. But good opportunities there by the Wolverines.
That was a bit of a confusing play. Wolverines, after that initial shot, puck bounced away. Werner was a bit too slow to get there, trickled out of the zone. Ryman was out, tried to have a breakaway. He took down Edwards, I believe.
Yeah.
But lost his stick and just had to start kicking it. Luckily for the Wolverines, they were able to collect it because this isn't soccer. They'll take the face-off in neutral zone on the Husky side. Estapa wins it. Hage back to level.
Yeah, one more clean entry here from the Wolverines. Set it up. 45 seconds to go score a goal.
Dumped in for LaPointe. Back to Hage behind the net. Hughes on the left-hand side. In for Estapa. Back to Hughes. Level. Playing a little back and forth into Hage on the right-hand side. He's trying to find someone in the middle. It's knocked off a skate. Then tipped directly to a Husky in front of the net. Corpy will play it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was looking for the bumper there or Hughes on the opposite face-off, not trying to go cross ice, but one more rush left for the Wolverines.
15 seconds. Level trying to bring it in. And the last minute. Battling on the right-hand side, knocked out again. Wolverines penalty will come to an end with nothing to show for it, but a few more additional shots on the board.
Yeah, decent power play there by the Wolverines. Definitely got a couple shots. Posh stood tall, though.
Edwards' long loping shot misses wide right. Trying to keep it in the zone, get one more chance left before the first period comes to a close. Some confusion. Halem comes away with it. His shot in, and nobody seems to know where that one went. But it's back on the ice, and there'll be a whistle blown to get a face-off.
Yeah, one last offensive zone face-off for the Wolverines. Here's where you put your best face-off guy at the dot. Try and win, get a quick shot, maybe a rebound. 14 seconds left, so definitely enough time to score a goal here. But gotta win the face-off first if you're the Wolverines. Looks like it's gonna be Estapa for them.
Estapa, Werner, Shifsky, Edwards, Duke are on the ice. Edwards taken against Miettinen. Estapa wins, but Brnovic recovers it. Tries to dump it ahead of Edwards, but Edwards is one step ahead of him, then drops it immediately back to Brnovic. Being checked into the boards by Duke, back up for Zinger, and Zinger's knuckleball is into the glove of Corpy, and there's some extracurriculars between Brnovic and Duke. As the whistle blows to end the first, our score is 1-0 in favor of St. Cloud State after 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, ironically, I actually thought the Wolverines played a better first period than they did last night. The 5-minute major by Draper, kind of a killer, giving up that goal there. But otherwise, I didn't think the Wolverines played poor at all. St. Cloud State, though, very sound defensively in their own end. Both teams actually very sound defensively, but definitely the Huskies more so. Wolverines just got decent zone time, just couldn't really set anything up. You'd like to see a couple more passes from down low back up to the point, looking for a couple deflections out front. Didn't really get it, but overall, relatively even period outside of that 5-minute major.
Absolutely. Definitely seen improvements from last night, like you mentioned. Had a couple opportunities there to get on the score sheet, but Posh has, he played a good game last night, just gave up with only 2. One was on a breakaway. The other was just a good shot. And, he's putting on a pretty good show tonight. Wolverines hoping to get something started in the second. We're going to take a quick break for this first intermission, and we'll be back to you in about 12 minutes. everyone. Welcome back to Red Berenson Rink here at Yost Ice Arena. We have a 1-0 score after the first 20 minutes of play. If you're just joining us and you missed that first period, Wolverines had a 5-minute major for high sticking assessed to Keenan Draper. Huskies scored in the first 40 seconds of it, and then Wolverines managed to kill the rest of it. Looking to get something started here, get on the board. They had a slow offensive start in the game last night. Played a better first period, but we will see. Perry, who do you think needs to really step up for the Wolverines now? You mentioned TJ Hughes earlier, but I was wondering if there's anyone else that's caught your eye.
I wonder if Keenan Draper's kind of going to offer a little bit of redemption for that 5-minute major earlier in the game, but I think somebody's been impactful. I thought Hage was really, really good in that first period. I thought he was their best center for that first period. So I'm expecting that to continue. That could be a big offensive boost for the Wolverines.
Hage, a Montreal Canadiens prospect, which I feel like is worth mentioning considering St. Cloud stole their logo and put different letters in the middle of it.
Yeah, being from Boston, definitely not the biggest Canadiens fan in the world.
Ashan dumps it in, collected by Fantilli behind the net. Fantilli does a big loop, ends up back behind the net. We'll dump it off for Werner.
Yeah, look to do something through the neutral zone, just couldn't really get to it. They eventually get the dump in, though.
Wolverines have struggled with their neutral zone play early on in this season. Truscott tries to lob one in there, but it comes off the stick a bit weird, not much on it. Sent all the way down the ice, and since Lovell's there first, that'll be an icing. We'll bring it right back.
Yeah, Posh had a costly turnover behind the net. Hage got the puck, just sent it wide. But decent shift here from the Wolverines. I'm interested. I wonder what the face-off stats were in the first period. Didn't look great. It seems like they lost most of them.
Face-offs were 10-6 in favor of the Huskies. That includes the second period, but
yeah,
still paints the picture you're talking about.
Yeah, not exactly great there.
Kept in the zone by Lovell at the blue line. Circles around for Thorson. Back to Gross, who knocks it out. Gardner. Wolverines have it in their own zone. Halem looking cross ice off the shins of Thorson instead. They'll have to regroup. This time with Shifsky. Looking cross for Hughes. Hughes will take it in himself. He'll take the shot as well off the right pad of Posh.
Yeah, good screen there by Lovell to kind of give the kind of space to attempt that shot, but nice little, got the pad down there by Posh.
Lovell dumps it in behind the net. Posh thinks about playing it and I guess gives up halfway. Just lets it keep circling. It's back in Wolverine hands. Real Mullen, long shot. Hughes in front. Just couldn't manage to get the shot off, slipped off his stick and kind of trickled in. Otherwise that could have been dangerous.
Yeah, nice work by Humphreys there behind the goal line to look for Hughes. But decent defense there by St. Cloud State to kind of prevent Hughes from getting a really good stick on that.
Back down the ice for another icing against the Huskies. Wolverines get more time to set up in the offensive zone.
Yeah, good start for this period for the Wolverines. They look a little bit more cohesive on the offensive end, have definitely had more possession of the puck. That's helped, obviously, by the Huskies' 2 icings already here in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But I wonder if they can win this faceoff. Kind of get a quick shot. I'd like to see more shots in from the point, looking for deflections out front.
Page wins the faceoff. Shot on by Werner, deflected off the stick of a Husky. Page, slow shot in front. Werner, if he just had turned around, could have tried to fire that one back in front. Instead, Wolverines have to exit the zone and try again. LaPointe on the right side, looking cross ice for maybe Hage, who's coming up.
Yeah, Werner just couldn't find the puck on that chance in front. But good decision by Hage to throw it out there as Werner was all alone.
Wolverines will regroup and start again. Hage looking for Werner in front again, and the net comes off. I don't want to start any conspiracies, but we had about 3 of those, I think, in last night's game. Posh is a Posh seems to be prone to that.
Yeah, there was one of them last night that seemed a little suspect for sure. I can't remember if it was the point or level here. I want to say it was the point. He was lining up for a shot, and that just completely went off the post there. So, you know,
we're not gonna, you know, pander conspiracy theories up here. It's just something. If it happens again, like, just know that we
acknowledge it.
We saw something going on. Huskies win the face-off. Brnovic has Draper working on him and loses control of it. That attempt by Haiti to get it back into the offensive zone ends up out of play.
Yeah, good job there by Draper to win that puck back. There was another Wolverine in there as well. Kind of forced Brnovic into a tough decision. But good job by the Wolverines to kind of get that puck back for sure.
Face off in neutral zone. Draper and Salquist knocked back around the Wolverine net. Huskies managed to recover. Big hit though, and Fantilli comes away with it. Truscott and Rogers each trying to kick it away before Fantilli manages to knock it out to Ernessy. Ernessie's got some speed up the left-hand side. Awkward angle though, he's gonna have to pass. Back for Truscott, long shot, no good. Almost from the blue line. Ernessie's getting off the ice and puck almost rolls out of the zone. Luckily, Real Mullen saves it. Awkward angle shot there from Draper. Collected by Rogers. Real Mullen tries to knock it back in. They'll say that wasn't offsides. On the boards for Shifsky. Real Mullen knocks off his skate. Unfortunately, just a bit too much on there. We're gonna have to get out of the zone and regroup.
Yeah, good chance there by Truscott looking for Draper in the middle. Then Draper looked like he tried to go off Posh's back and back into the net. But I'm a big fan of, you know, the Wolverines just throwing pucks on the net, looking for deflections in front. You can't score if you can't shoot.
There is another opportunity just like that, again from Real Mullen. Bit of a knuckleball looking for a tip or an awkward bounce there. Fortunately, went St. Cloud's way and not the Wolverines.
Yeah, this has been a really good past 2 minutes or so of play for the Wolverines.
Slap shot from one of the logos by Edwards. Glove down by Posh. And another thing we mentioned directly in this opening of the game that the Wolverines have improved on is setting up in the offensive zone, especially in this set to start the second period. We have seen great job keeping the puck in passing and setting up plays, not just, you know, trying to dump it in and see what sticks. They are finding the best shots on the ice right now.
Yeah, they've definitely outplayed the Huskies by a long shot in this period, and a big part of that is they've been able to get clean entries. Even when they're dumping and they're winning off the forecheck, they've done a really good job here in this period.
Huskies managed to get it out. Thorson has to dump it. Looking for Gardner, who just skates right by. Up for Moldenauer. Ralph puts the body on him. But Huskies still have to get out of their own zone. Off the stick of Humphrey, Rose right in front. His backhand attempt bounces off the pads of Posh. That was a good collection by Rowe, trying to make something out of nothing there after Humphreys lost his stick.
Yeah, great deflection there. Puck just trickled back to Rowe, but Posh was ready. Good save. Very similar game from Posh that we saw last night. Standing on his head for a little bit in that period. Hasn't had to make as tough as saves, but still the quantity, especially in the second period, has been definitely enough to, you know, keep Posh a big part of this game.
Breakaway chance for Rossborough off the pads of Corpy. Zinger trying to dump it in, find somebody, no good. The clearing attempt by the Wolverines gets knocked out of play. And there's some violence between LaPointe and Rossborough. Looked like Hage was just kind of caught in the middle, unless Rossborough was going for Hage and LaPointe took offense, but they'll exchange words. Pleasantries, if you will.
Yeah, but eventually they're going to get back in the face-off top. But
nothing
good
more than a
by
whistle
Corpy.
on that.
No, for sure. Definitely not enough to cause a penalty of any sort. But good save there by Corpy on the break, and hadn't seen action in this period, so always nice to kind of get your feet wet as a goaltender.
Things have definitely been scrappy here. in the second game of the weekend series. Wolverines, again, took that first one 3-0. The Huskies win the faceoff. Brnovic's shot misses left. Zinger puts another one on. Save made by Corpy.
Yeah, Brnovich was just kind of allowed to just skate into dangerous territory there. Fortunate for the Wolverines, the shot went wide, and then Corpy was able to find the puck, locate it after Zinger's shot. So good shift there by Corpy. But Wolverines, you want to win this defensive zone faceoff for sure.
On the right side, won by the Wolverines. It's Hage. But dumped back from Mietinen. Mietinen up for Bufflin. Bufflin back to Mietinen. Long shot through the legs of a Wolverine. Intended for Ingram.
Yeah, great job there by, I believe that was Ryan Mullen, to kind of keep that puck from getting in Corpy.
Dangerous chance for the Wolverines there. Ernesti just again had it slip off the front of his stick.
Yeah, and he had a Wolverine open. That was a very good chance. Just couldn't get a hold of the bouncing puck there.
Behind the back sauce attempt by Werner, no good. Lidke up the ice for Hall. Bounces in behind the goal line. Whistle blows. And that's another one. Wolverines take another penalty and another too many men on the ice.
Yeah, you don't want to see this happen once in a game, let alone twice. Always a penalty that's viewed as just kind of lazy on the coaching staff. Just, players just got to get off the ice faster than that. That's a penalty that you don't need to take, certainly in this situation. Not a fun one if you're a Wolverines player.
And it's going to be served by Werner again.
Yeah, he's getting used to that box.
Gross and Istapa on the faceoff. Mietinen, Wiley, Brnovic, and Hall are the other Huskies on the ice. Wiley comes up after faceoff is won by the Huskies. Thought about shooting it. Will back off instead and hand over to Hall. Hall skating around the net. Cross ice for Wiley, back to Brnovic. Brnovic shot off the left pad of Corpy.
Good save by Corpy.
Into the corner. Wolverines managed to collect it and clear it.
Haiti with the big clear there. Allows a reset, especially in the period of a long change. Harder to get your defenseman off the ice, especially on a kill.
Gross brings it back into the Wolverine zone. Circling for Brnovic, finds Wiley at the blue line, but it trickles out. And Ernesti almost had wide open space, but he's tripped. Halem will take it instead. He's working it, and it just fumbles off his glove again. We've seen a lot of those from the Wolverines in this game.
Yeah, just a couple that have.
But the lucky thing was that Ernesti tumble that he took was due to a trip on Wiley. That makes this a 4-on-4 for the next minute and 4 seconds, and then the Wolverines will get 56 seconds of a power play.
Yeah, Ernesti did a great job there pressing up on Wiley, up on the point, and Wiley kind of just felt like he had to make a desperation effort, just swiped the stick looking for the puck, caught the skate instead, and then Halem with the great chance just lost the puck. But Wolverines scored on 4-on-4 last night. They've got a minute of this and then 56 seconds on their own little power play. So interested to see how they do. Again, you got to win the faceoff.
Zinger comes away with the puck after the faceoff, being chased by Halem.
I think Halem's done a great job tonight on the forecheck, especially on the power kill, attacking whoever the Husky is trying to enter the zone. He was phenomenal at the point on Wiley there. I thought he's done a really good job of pushing up on the puck tonight.
Halem's had 2 breakaway attempts in this game, couldn't convert. Maybe he'll get a third, and that time will be the charm, but this time the Huskies try and bring it down, but nothing conducive gets set up. That pass back, no good. Lovell has to try and chase it down from Rossborough.
Yeah, that was a great hit by Lovell to win the puck on the first time, and then great job winning it again after Edwards' turnover.
Halem bringing it up through 4 different Husky defenders around the goal. Up to Truscott, Thorson takes another tumble.
Seems tonight to
Might be his
always
third
on
of
the
the
ice.
night.
Yeah, just always on the ice.
Back in the zone for Mouldenhour. Big rebound given up by Posh there. As Michigan returns to full strength, they'll have 50 seconds of a power play here.
A good save by Posh. Blocker side. Obviously didn't love that rebound that he gave up, but no Wolverine was kind of home to put that away.
Would have been a prime chance if the Wolverines could have had someone there. Hughes back to level at the blue line. Back to Hughes on the right-hand side. He'll think about shooting it from the face-off dot. Thinks better of it. Hage on the other side, back up to level at the blue line. He's on the left side now, takes Hage's spot. Hage skating up the center of the ice, thinks about shooting it, finds Humphreys, hits off the leg of a Husky, and out of the zone. Wolverines have to regroup, 10 seconds left.
Yeah, able to kind of set up something there, but great block there by the Husky to kind of keep it from reaching the contender.
Dumps it off for Estapa. Hage has a shot, it bounces off the pads of Posh, and that'll bring the power play to an end with another great opportunity for the Wolverines.
Yeah, another great chance for the Wolverines. You know, this period it feels like they were just right there, just missing wide, missing shots blocked, just pucks leaving the stick a little bit.
Hage brings it back in, his attempt to get in front of the net, deflects off the stick of a Husky. Miettinen bringing it up the left-hand side, big hit by Edwards. Still gets the puck into the Wolverine zone. Worked out from under his legs and up the ice. Ernestie's got to chase down Wiley, and Ernestie's gonna win. Rowe considering a spin move, goes in front of the net for Draper, and after a bit of a scuffle, Posh falls on it, and there'll be another scuffle in front of the net.
Yeah, great job by Ernestine to win that puck. Dumped it off to Rowe. Smart play, and then Rowe just looking for a man out front. But another good chance by the Wolverines here. They're getting pucks to the net, making life a little bit tough for this Husky backline, and Posh is an extension of that. But definitely have outplayed the Huskies this period. It's not even close. Probably the best period that they play of the series so far, I would argue.
No, it's periods like this where you're like, despite all the grief throughout the season, it's been the past couple years where you're like, oh, this is why we always somehow manage to sneak into the Frozen Four. This is why Michigan hockey is the stalwart that it is. Because when they put it together, they look almost unstoppable. They've had so many great opportunities that have slipped off the stick. There's been awkward shots, and then Posh has made a couple really phenomenal saves to keep his team in this one.
Yeah, right now.
Keep them ahead because, again, that costly 5-minute major by Draper has led to the only goal of the evening so far.
Yeah, they look crisp. They look clean. They're playing like a cohesive unit right now. It's exciting. Obviously, you need to get that goal, right? You need to get the equalizer somewhere. And it's going to be tough to beat Posh tonight. He's on his game like he was last night.
Long timeout comes to an end. 9:13 remaining in the second. We are just over halfway through this hockey game tonight. Beautiful day in Ann Arbor. In the last probably couple warm days of the season before weather gets miserable.
Yeah.
But it's always going to be warm here. Maybe I don't know if anyone's ever mentioned this on a broadcast. Yost Ice Arena is warm. And it's warm, not just up in the press box, but like down in the student section. I've never had to wear a jacket in here.
Yeah, I was here
odd.
I was here for the first time last night, and I was almost sweating a little bit. Warmest hockey rink I've ever been in.
Absolutely. The first game I went to, like NHL game, my freshman year, after going all these, I was freezing. Huskies win the face-off. They bring it in. Can't manage to get anything really set up. They're just battling back and forth. Sahlquist had a shot attempt that went wide. Hall trying to work past a couple Wolverines. Shot attempt for Sahlquist. He whiffs on it. No good.
Yeah, Sahlquist had most of the net to shoot at. Corpy just couldn't get over there fast enough.
Wall dangerous, or Wiley. Dangerous shot hit off the boards. Bounced right in front of Corpy. Luckily nobody was there to collect on it. Halem in front of the net. Shifsky. And Halem hits the deck hard. His head went into the boards. There is no call. There's no whistle. There's no anything. Unclear if that was a trip or just unfortunate, but there is no whistle after which seemed like a really prime opportunity. Shifsky and Halem in front of the net.
Yeah, I think he was just flying up the ice. He just couldn't stop himself. But obviously, you don't love any player crashing headfirst into the boards. But nice, again, a nice little 2-on-1 chance there for the Wolverines.
Wolverines bringing it out of their own defensive zone. Halem getting talked to by the medical staff, but seems in no hurry to get off the ice or to get off the bench. Mouldenauer, Wolverines in their own zone. Up to the line for Truscott, whose pass trickles off a couple different skates, collected by Werner. Back up to Truscott at the blue line, cross ice for Fantilli. In, almost tipped by Mouldenauer. That was a great play. He was right in front of the crease. Tried to tip it in, almost between his legs, and just a little bit more to the left, and that would have gone in.
Yeah, beautiful tip there by Mouldenauer. Very skillful. Just, again, they're just off wide. Getting saved by Posh, but definitely the better team in this period, as we said at that break. Just completely outplaying the Huskies right now. They look, you know, it's a 10th ranked team and a 13th ranked team, but it doesn't look that close right now, even though they're down 1-0.
Wolverines, once again though, it's improving every day. Definitely some of the best offensive zone play I've seen from these Wolverines in a while.
Yeah, for sure. And as we saw that replay, Halem did get tripped there. Could have been a call, but no dice.
Luckily that Halem seems like he's good to go. Otherwise, that would have probably gotten a lot more grief.
Yeah, for sure.
Than it did. Wolverines get it back in the zone. Humphreys trying to beat Falk to it. He doesn't, but it goes through the legs of Zinger. In front of the net for Humphreys. He just misses a bit to the left. Like we mentioned, the Wolverines just piling on the chances and haven't gotten one to convert.
Yeah, Ro, great chance there, finding Humphreys in the blue paint, like perfect net front, and just just a game of near misses right now.
Level slap shot from the blue line into the pads of Posh, who's a little too afraid to move, I guess. After last night, maybe he was concerned he would lose the puck too.
Good chance there by Level. Right idea, just nobody there in front. Humphreys skating off to the bench, visibly upset after he missed that chance. Probably the best chance the Wolverines have had all night. That or the Halem 2-on-1 where he went crashing into the boards. But again, Wolverines just piling it on right now.
Face off in the Husky zone. That's Sahlquist and Estapa. Estapa tripping and stumbling his way into a face-off win, but it's collected by Wiley. Knocked out of the Husky zone. Back up for Estapa. He'll dump it in behind the net. Posh is going to play it. Try to get it across to Lidkey off the feet of Hall. Tipped back in by Edwards, but nobody's there to collect it.
Yeah, good work there by Edwards to kind of keep it in the Huskies' half of the ice.
Dumped in by Ernessy. Trickles all the way back around into the Wolverine zone. Rayon Mullen. Edwards looking up for Hughes. Trickles all the way to the glove of Posh, and he decides to play it. Wolverines will get a face-off in the offensive zone.
Yeah, and Halem's back on the ice here, so good thing to see. Wolverines, hoping to set something up here, looking for a tip out in front, looking down low. Huskies have been losing Wolverines in front for the better part of this period. They don't look as crisp, as clean as on the defensive end as they did in the first period, so I wonder if that's an area the Wolverines try to exploit here.
Truscott keeps it in the zone. It bounces off a couple of bodies. Ryman knocks it up and maybe into the ref, unsure. Wolverines trying to get it out. At the same time, slow things down, regroup, set something up again. Done a great job of setting up offensive designs here. Dumped back in by Gross. Bounced off the back of the net. Corpy knocks it aside. Play continues. Just 5 seconds, over 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Huskies knocking it around in the offensive zone for a little bit before Halem gets it. Him and Shifsky have two defenders in front of them, but they'll go for the line change instead as Zinger drops back to collect and try and get things going the other way. Long pass up, finds Gardner, dumps it in. Miettinen playing with Haiti. There's a whole battle in the corner for it now. Pass attempt in front of the net, doesn't find a Husky, it finds Mourtzinos. The Wolverines can't manage to clear it. Shot on by the Huskies, but bounces out far. Zinger back at the blue line trying to play it. Shot too high, knocked down. Wolverines need to get the puck out. Page finally passes it to Mourtzinos and does. Mourtzinos going to try and take it in. Drops back, loses his footing. Allows Brnovic to come up and try to play it. Wolverines doing a little hot potato with it. Nobody wanted to play it there for a second. Wolverines regroup. Too much on it. Estapa trying to beat Lidke in the foot race. Neither of them win, and Brnovic collects. That's going to be offsides on the Huskies.
Yeah, that little sequence was the best the Huskies have looked in this period. Corpy made a nice little save on, I can't remember who was trying to pass it back middle, and then he kind of bagged the puck out. So really nice stuff from the Michigan goaltender, who hasn't seen a lot of action this period. But a little bit more dump and chasing, just trying to get something for either team on this side on the forecheck. I'm kind of hoping that one of their defenders makes a mistake.
Sahlquist and Estapa will take the face-off. Won by Estapa, back for Lovell. Lovell dumps it in. Sahlquist, this is his first one to it. Wiley to Rogers, who's streaking up the left-hand side. He's got Lovell in front of him. Tries to look past, find Hall. No good. Hall right in front of the net for Rogers. Tips it wide. Lidke, Hall. Huskies in dangerous territory. Shot too high. Second chance opportunity from Sahlquist. Blocked by Corpy. Lidke misses wide left from the blue line. And finally, the Wolverines get it out. Wiley doesn't manage to play it. Draper does. He knocks it in, and they'll get a line change.
Yeah, Sahlquist had a wraparound. Corpy didn't really know where the puck is, but was able to regroup just in time and got a stick down to make the save on the wraparound attempt.
Huskies battling in the far right corner. It's Rossborough. Edwards comes away with it, but his attempt to knock it around the boards doesn't have enough on it and ends up back in Husky hands. Shot into the gut of Corpy is collected, and we'll have some extracurricular activities in front of the net.
Yeah, Huskies have looked a lot better essentially since the 5-minute mark. They're getting clean entries in now. Wolverines haven't really been able to sustain anything offensively. Corby's had to make a couple good saves, been able to control his rebounds. Obviously things that you like to see, especially from a freshman goaltender. Just being able to do that right now.
Face-off taken in the Wolverine zone. Hughes and Gross. This is my second straight game where I've had to say the name Gross over and over, and I'm not really a fan of that. Wolverines come away with it. Fantilli loses control of it, 13 on 13. Neither win as Gardner hits the deck.
Yeah, good hit there by Haiti.
Thorson. And pass behind the net from Gross to Gardner, blocked by Corpy from a good spot for the Huskies.
That was a great chance.
Another attempt intended for the front of the net, finally batted away by the Wolverines.
Yeah,
Halem.
Haiti made a nice defense there.
Halem knocked it over to Hughes. Back to Haiti, up for Shifsky. Shifsky gets it in. Posh goes back to play it. Halem dangerously close there. The Huskies get it out. Minute and a half in the second period. Shots are even, 15-15. Goals are not. 1-0 in favor of St. Cloud State. Prescott dumps it in. It bounces off the boards into the back of the goal. Clears all the way around by the Huskies. Trying to battle for it. And Hage comes away with it. He's got Mourtzinos. Mourtzinos just has to beat Falk. He does, but his shot's high. Falk loses his stick. And the Wolverines Get a minute to regroup, 101.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if Moldenhauer's chance went off of Posh's pads and up into the netting. I think it just went wide. Was able to win the foot race there, but St. Cloud State has been the better team for the last 4 minutes of this period after being pretty much outplayed the first 15. So much more even period than we were seeing earlier.
Just seeing the Wolverines kind of slipping back a little bit into that neutral zone side a little bit. Face off won by the Huskies. They come away with it. Hall up the ice. He's got Rogers on his right and Salquist on his left, but he'll take it back up to the blue line, trying to get away from Lovell. Lidkey, cross ice. Long shot by Wiley, gloved by Corpy, and again, some pleasantries exchanged.
Yeah, good save there by Corpy. Had enough traffic in front to make it a difficult one on Wiley's shot from the point there. But Corpy's been able to stand tall. Both goalies have, I thought, played really, really well. The goal that Corpy let up didn't really have a chance on. So pretty much elite goaltending on both sides like we saw last night from Posh and Stein on the Michigan side.
40 seconds left in the second frame. Face off in the Wolverine defensive zone. Rossborough and Hughes. Wolverines come away with it. Edwards back to Hughes, up to Halem. Halem dumps it past Ludke, opening to win the foot race, but it's got to beat Wiley as well. Wiley knocks it up to Rossborough. Rossborough, long pass up the ice, and they're going to say Ryman wasn't in there in time to avoid the icing. He'll come all the way back down.
Yeah, that was a close race there, but Michigan's going to get an offensive zone face-off here. 23-7 left. Another great chance for this team. They've had their chances this period. They haven't been able to put one in the net. I wonder if you get a quick shot here from Edwards from the point if Hughes is able to get back to him.
Hughes wins the face-off back to Edwards. Wolverines got 20 seconds to make something happen, try and tie it up before the intermission. Long shot from Edwards. Rebound finds Shifsky right in front, but he can't manage to corral it.
Yeah, that was another juicy rebound led by Posh. It's probably the only thing he hasn't done exceptional tonight. A couple big rebounds, but he hasn't really been affected by it yet.
Finds Hughes in the offensive zone. That was most likely offsides as Ralph and Shifsky get into it as the buzzer sounds. We end the second the same way we ended the first, 1-0 in favor of St. Cloud State. Shot 17-16 for the Huskies. Wolverines did everything they could to get on the board there, but nothing fell.
Yeah, especially in those first 10 minutes, looked like the better team, getting chances. Halem on the breakaway. Humphreys right in front, too, as well. Just couldn't get it in. Corpy stood tall again with a couple big saves. But Posh is really the hero for St. Cloud State right now.
And Coach Narado was letting one of the refs hear it as he walks off for the second intermission. Unclear what exactly inspired that event. There have been some missed calls, I will be honest, probably likely on both sides. Seems like I have said Thorson has hit the deck at least 3 or 4 times. But it's been a scrappy one. Last night was pretty fun, but clearly some lingering resentment between these two teams, as there's definitely been a lot of big hits laid. The biggest perhaps on Jackson Hallam on that breakaway attempt where he went crashing into the boards. Luckily, seems to be fine, back out for the third period.
Yeah, I wonder if Michigan was upset. I think they felt that there should have been some time left at the end of that period. St. Cloud State cleared their bench first. The Wolverines kind of lingered, so I think that could have been the product of that call. But as you said, a couple missed opportunities, missed calls on both sides for sure.
We'll take another break for the second intermission. We'll be back to you in about 11 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you didn't go anywhere, or if you did, we'll be back shortly, as we're back with the third period in this one, 1-0 in favor of the St. Cloud State Huskies. Wolverines came out strong in that second, some of the strongest hockey I've seen them play all season. Unfortunately, Posh came out stronger. You know what else came out stronger? It was the ice. Multiple pucks bounced off sticks, multiple guys hit the ice. Wolverines have 20 minutes to try and turn things around here. Perry, what are your thoughts?
I thought they looked exceptional in the first 10 minutes of the period. I thought they were crisp. I thought they looked really nice. They were going tape to tape. They were getting shots from the point. They were getting shots from the grade A ice. It was great offensively. And then in the last 5 minutes, I saw the Huskies kind of battle back. They had a couple of chances of their own. Corby made a couple really nice saves. But I think Michigan, I thought the big thing that we saw was clean entries into the zone. Whether they were dumping it in, their forecheck was getting there. Halem, Hage, Hughes, they were really good. I thought that the Huskies were doing similar things in the last 5 minutes of the period. But I think that for Michigan to score right now, it's got to come. They've got to just straight up beat Posh because he's not letting anything by him right now.
Honestly, they also just need to stop deking.
Yeah.
Stop trying to play the stick. Go up and shoot it.
Put pucks on net. You never know what's going to happen. There could be a weird bounce off the ice. Somebody could deflect it. It could be a Husky skate. It could be a Wolverine skate. Who knows? But you're never going to know if you never shoot.
Puck in the Husky zone. They managed to clear it. Rings around the boards on the Wolverine side. But Halem almost tips it out. Instead, Rossborough launches one in on Corpy. Easy save, but face off in the Wolverine zone.
Yeah, nice glove by Corpy. I don't know if that one was necessarily on net, but definitely something that you don't want to see hit off the backboards because that's where it can get a little funky, right? If you hit the corner on the side or off the back, it could come off the ring funny. Corpy might not know where it is, so better safe than sorry there.
Hage and Gross on the face-off. One by Gross. Shot. Initial save by Corpy, but it trickled in, and all of Thorson's grief tonight has been rewarded by putting his team up 2-0.
Yeah, this is when Corpy's going to want to have back. Hit him kind of right exactly where it was. Perfect positioning. Just kind of snuck, it looks like right under the glove side, and just kind of trickled in behind him. But certainly one that the Wolverines didn't really want to give up there, and definitely not one that Corpy is feeling great about in the net.
The initial save made, unfortunately, it just trickled through the 5-hole. No one was there in time to bat it out, and it ends up in the back of the net, doubling the Husky lead.
Now, if you're the Huskies, you gotta be careful this next minute. That's usually when the Wolverines will push. You also don't want to get a penalty. That you have a little bit of momentum now. You're up 2-0. Don't get a penalty. Don't give Michigan anything where they have the man advantage, because right now Michigan still does not have an even strength goal in this series outside the 4-on-4.
LaPointe cross ice for Fantilli, who dumps it in, trying to get a line change of some kind in here. Battling in the corner. Werner comes away with it. His shot on net, no good. A stop and knock down. Hayes trying to collect. He'll end up in the corner. Looks like he had a chance there, maybe with all the confusion. Level at the blue line. Back into the corner, rings around. Off the stick of Ralph to Bernovic. Still in the zone. Hayes has it. He's coming in. Shot in. And a great shot by Humphreys is gloved away by Posh. Back in front of the net, off the stick of Posh. Two great saves from the Huskies goaltender in a 10-second span. Back in front of the net for Mouldenauer, wide open. Those rebounds are going to be something that the Wolverines wish they could have back when they look at this game tape.
Yeah, puck is just trickling in front of the net right now. I don't know how the rebound chance by Humphreys didn't get in. We had the perfect angle up here. Posh got a glove on. Probably the best save he's had to make all night. Humphreys definitely didn't get all of it, but still. Right there, I still cannot believe that didn't go in. Humphreys probably would have liked to get it up a little bit more than he did. But still, Posh got over on that side in a hurry.
Face off in the Wolverine offensive zone. Battling in the corner, that's Ralph. before it's knocked off the stick of Gross, and Edwards has to go and collect Colin Ralph, a St. Louis Blues prospect, because I have to get my St. Louis references in on every broadcast. I do. Back into the Husky zone, whistle blows, and it'll come out.
Yeah, another offensive zone faceoff here for the Huskies, one they just scored on just prior. I still don't think, like, Michigan still looks active in this period. The chance by Torsen is probably one that Corpy wants back, just an unfortunate goal there to give up. And then the chances down at the other end of the ice have definitely been plentiful.
Falk at the blue line, cross ice, down to Hall behind the net. Draper's got to come away with it. Somebody's broken their stick. That's Edwards. He's just trying to lay the body over there on Rogers. He has no stick to play with, and he can't get off the ice while the Huskies are still in the zone. Rogers knocks it off the stick of Ernest and up the ice, and finally they can get a change. Big hit before a shot attempt ends up back in the pads of Posh, who's really trying to make up for last night, maybe.
Yeah, Zinger just kind of blew a tire coming around the boards. And Ernest was there to collect, and Halem just shot it right at him. But another chance, like right in the slot, right in the middle of the ice, exactly where all of these Wolverines and the Huskies would prefer to be shooting the puck, just not being able to finish right now.
Wolverines win the faceoff. Long shot by Fantilli. No good. Kept in by Hughes. For taken away by Ingram. Picked Halem's pocket there. Bernovic, long shot, bounces off of Ingram's shin. Back up, Wiley's got to keep it in. Off into the stick, the skates of Haiti. Miettinen collects it behind the net before finally it's knocked away, and there's a whistle there.
Yeah, clear penalty there on Haiti. That was a relatively easy call.
2 minutes holding on Haiti, and Wolverines 9, now 11 penalty minutes in this one compared to only 4 for the Huskies.
Yeah, that's a big difference of the game. Obviously, that first game goal came on the 5-minute major, but this one, Haiti, I mean, it's pretty clear. You know, you go up and over in between the shoulder and the head, that's going to be a call every time. And, you know, unfortunate, down 2-0, the last thing you want is to be on the penalty kill and have to kind of come back somehow.
Face-off won by the Huskies. Ingram collects, long shot from the left-hand side. Rebound given up by Corpy, and it seems like maybe the net came off there, but no whistle.
Yes.
The fix is in.
Yeah, one of the Huskies, I believe it was Salquist, went crashing into the post. Good save there by Corpy with the left pad, just kick save.
Huskies starting over on this power play. Knocked back out by Draper and down. Wolverines go for a line change.
Yeah, good clear there by Draper. I'm sending it all the way down the length of the ice.
Zinger back for Salquist. Salquist cross ice to Thorson. Bounces off front of his stick and back out. Edwards is the one that cleared it this time. Minute and 10 seconds remaining on the Haiti penalty. Shots knotted at 19. Huskies dump it in. Wiley keeps it from leaving the zone into Miettinen. He has some wide open space in front. Hall's pass misses right. Shot misses right.
Good stick there by Ryan Muller. They deflect that out.
Stoppa loses his stick. Shifsky doesn't have enough on it to clear. Bernovic on the right-hand side. That one's off the shins of Ernest and out.
Yeah, Wolverines got a little lucky. Shifsky can clear. Wiley was able to sell the bouncing puck, and then on the second attempt, finally able to get out of the zone.
Cleared again. Wolverines have done a decent job of getting it out on this penalty kill. Miettinen knocks it in for Bernovic, loops it back around, this time for Hall. Miettinen at the face-off dot. Back to Hall outside the circle. Halem putting some grief on it. Slap shot by Bernovic. Kicked away by Corpy and knocked out by Halem. Wolverines return to full strength.
That was a big last clear by Halem. 3 Wolverines were out there for a little bit of a longer shift than you'd prefer. They were able to clear the zone earlier, just not all the way down, not long enough for a change. But back to even strength here. Good kill by the Wolverines.
Corpy plays it. Truscott up for Hage. Cross ice to Mouldenauer. He's got to beat Ralph. Goes to pass instead around the boards. Meant for Humphreys. Hage will come up and collect. Everyone loses track of it there before finally it's recovered by a Husky and big hit by Christian Humphreys. Puck trickles into the glove of Posh and we get a whistle.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made that Hage has been the Wolverines' best player tonight. Had a clean, was able to break out the defensive zone and then felt Mouldenauer on the right wing to kind of spring that breakout. Humphreys just laid a big hit, but that line, without a doubt, the Humphreys, Hage, Mouldenauer line has been the best line for the Wolverines just far. A line that we really haven't seen play together a lot.
Yeah, definitely clicking tonight, and hopefully Wolverines lean to them a bit more in this game, especially as they remain down 2 with just over 14 minutes to play. Both teams batting it around the neutral zone. For Salquist, passes it all the way down to Corpy. Up for LaPointe's clearing attempt off the shin pads of Rogers. Werner has to come up and get it out. Both teams content to just apparently bat it around back and forth.
Yeah, definitely something the Huskies are more comfortable doing. The Wolverines, I think, are best not playing a dump and chase game, but more of just clean entries. I think they have more skill on the ice than these Huskies do, but that's why they play the games.
Back in the Husky zone, right in front of the net for Werner, and he just can't get anything off.
Yeah, that was Hage again getting into Werner in front of the net.
Streaking Huskies, shot in by Gross, no good, but they still have possession. Wiley at the blue line. Knuckleball from the left-hand side, cross to Lidke. Up to Mouldenauer. It's again got to beat Ralph or find somebody else. Drops it off for Humphreys. Battling for it on the right-hand side. Humphreys hits the deck, gets up. Trying to kick it around. Looks like Miettinen has lost a stick. He had to just try and be a body in there, not really play the puck.
Yeah, that stick was bothering Hage a little bit as he was trying to center that puck, but Corby made a great save down on his end and then denied Thorson on the rebound attempt on one that his eyes, I'm sure, got pretty wide, looking for a second of the night.
Puck drops behind the goal line. No icing on that. Rowe will hit it up and over the net. We'll get a whistle, stoppage and play.
Yeah, Huskies have done a pretty good job in front of Posh tonight, but Posh has certainly bailed him out. But a key thing for them, 16 shot blocks tonight. You know, not allowing a ton of shots from the point to get your goaltender is always a recipe for success. Helps them control rebounds, helps them limit deflections from a Wolverine in front of the net, so they've done a good job here. If you're a Wolverine, you want to score 1 before the empty net. I mean, obviously you prefer 2. But still plenty of time left in this game.
Mayum Mullen for Truscott. Slap shot misses wide right. Came off on an awkward angle. Back up to Truscott, the blue line. This time it's too high. Bounces off the top of the net before a Husky manages to ring it around the boards and out.
Yeah, Truscott with a nice little move on Oshan to be able to get that shot off clean, that wrist shot that ended up being blocked. But the first move on the fake slap shot was phenomenal to kind of allow him a little bit more space to operate.
Wolverines coming up at the halfway point on this third period. They need 2 goals at least in the next 11 minutes and 50 seconds to tie this one up. Lovell trying to find Hughes in front of the net.
Yeah, Shifsky had a chance there, back post as well.
Shot in for Edwards, knocked up and out by Posh. Back up to Edwards. Edwards trying to find somebody open or just take it himself. Once again, a big rebound. That one goes all the way behind Posh across the crease. And the Wolverines' goal luck could not get any worse.
Yeah, Halem's going to have some images tonight to replay in his head of some of those misses, especially that one at the end. But just right there for the Wolverines, a great shift here.
Edwards cross to Shifsky, hits a body in front, collected by Falk, knocks it around the boards. Aushon beaten to it by Edwards.
Yeah, great pinch there.
But the Huskies get it out. And he managed to get a line change.
Yeah, Huskies a little bit fortunate to get out of there without conceding. For sure, maybe Michigan's best shift of the game thus far. At least the offensive shift. Edwards was phenomenal. Had a couple chances. Level was phenomenal. And then Halem obviously just had the near miss.
Ernestine and Hall getting into it, but the Wolverines come away with the puck. They just dump it up. Wiley. Draper on his heels. Rowe comes up to try and knock it away. Rowe comes away with it, but it bounces over the stick of Fantilli and out. Wolverines got to get out of the zone to avoid the offsides. And it gives the Huskies a chance to get some fresh legs out there, as they are content to just sit back there and wait. We're now officially under the 10-minute mark in the game. Wolverines got to start getting something going here.
Yeah, got to put one of these in the net.
Fantilli behind the Wolverine goal. He gets it out of the zone, but the Huskies knock it right back in. Bit too much on it, but Gardner corrals it. Haiti behind the net for Fantilli. Up to Hage. Hage on the left-hand side. He's got Mouldenauer on the right, but his pass no good. Luckily, it's not backed onto the stick of Humphreys. For the Wolverines lose control of it again, this time for good, as Ralph clears it.
Yeah, Huskies are content just kind of dumping it into the zone right now, as they should be with a 2-goal lead.
Back in the Wolverine zone. Raheem Mullen from the blue line. Not enough on it. Batted away easily by Posh. Battle in the right corner. Miettinen knocks it onto the stick of Truscott, but he can't corral it. Dangerous play there by Raheem Mullen. Ends up with a Brnovik shot into the pads of Corpy.
Yeah, good save by Corpy to kind of come out of the net. Top of the crease, cut off the angles, all the things that you're supposed to do, so very well done there. I just don't know what the Wolverines have to do to get a goal here. They've hit a post. Halem's had the post that then ended up trickling behind the net. I thought the Huskies have done a great job getting a stick in and deflecting a lot of these shots wide before it does get to Posh. And then when it has gone to Posh, he's been rock solid outside of a couple rebounds that unfortunately the Wolverines just haven't been able to capitalize on yet.
I mean, it's just a rough night for the Wolverines, when arguably you would say they've played much better than they played last night, but they're down 2 goals. This is some of the worst puck luck I've ever seen in my years and years of being, going to Wolverine hockey games. They just cannot get anything going. And it's not for lack of trying, it's not for lack of skill or talent or effort. I mean, they are playing their butts off out there. Posh is just maybe put a hex on the goal tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, they're cursed or something, because I think offensively at least, they played much better. They've taken much better care of the puck in their own zone. They've gotten, I think, comparable opportunities. Really, last night, the only opportunities they had, they scored on. And then tonight, they're having all these opportunities and can't score on any of them. So it's kind of just sometimes just how the game goes.
Wolverines win the face-off, but lose the puck. Lovell, now Edwards trying to knock it away from Miettinen. Halem finds Hughes, back to Shifsky, he'll dump it in. Huskies win the foot race. They clear it. Brnovik back up the ice. His shot in on Corpy, deflected, big rebound. Luckily there were 2 Wolverines in there to prevent Brnovik from getting a second chance.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous rebound there.
Aushon back in. Trying to get it past Level. Huskies get a quick change. That shot from Ashan at the blue line into the stomach of Corpy.
Yeah, Rossborough was calling for that. He thought he had an opportunity to get a tip, but Lovell held up well. Net front defense there to allow Corpy to make the save kind of uninhibited. But again, like, Huskies are doing enough right now offensively to keep the Wolverines from having a clear breakout, and Posh is doing enough on the defensive end.
8 minutes remaining. Rossborough wins the face-off, but knocked into Wolverine hands. Humphrey's got to get past Ryman. He bumps it in. Huskies get it out. Rossborough had nobody in front of him. Wolverines get a regroup. Humphreys up the ice just kind of aimlessly. Wolverines trying to stuff it. But it'll go all the way back down, this time for an ice. They'll get a face-off in the offensive zone.
Now, I think what I would do here is put out the Hage, Moldenhauer, Humphreys line. That's been your best line all night. Obviously, you know, the coaches know more than I do. There's a reason I'm sitting up here and not on the bench. But you got to get some offense some way. You want to score one before you have to pull the goalie at some point. You've got about, I would say, 3 to 4 minutes until they think about pulling Corpy here.
Stoppa takes the face-off. He'll get sent out. Oh, never mind, just regrouping. We'll let him try again. Stoppa against Rossborough. Stoppa falls over and the Huskies come away with it. Hall knocks it all the way up the ice. Here comes Ryman trying to beat Truscott in the foot race, but he doesn't. They're going to call that icing. We'll take it right back down. Yeah,
another close race there. That one
may have been a bit preemptive of a call there.
Yeah, that one especially seemed a little suspect. I thought Ryman had a pretty decent case for thinking he won that race.
Wolverines will take the offensive zone face-off, obviously. Don't want to look gift horse in the mouth. Hughes, Hallam, and Shifsky with Edwards and Lovell.
Another line that's been pretty good tonight.
Salquist comes away with it in the hands of Falk. Knocks it in the neutral zone, but Ethan Edwards knocks it right back. Huskies trying to play keep away. Kept in by Lovell. And Hallam once again had a great chance right in front of the net, but just couldn't get the shot off.
Yeah, another one that he's going to be seeing ghosts about.
It has just not been his night. Not for lack of trying. Batted out of midair by Edwards. Shifsky in front of the net.
Ooh.
That one hit the glove of Posh or the crossbar. I couldn't quite tell, but either way, it was close.
Yeah, I believe it jumped up kind of because of a stick off a Husky player, and then I believe Posh did get his glove on that one.
Hughes trying to confuse a couple defenders back there. Pass up to Werner. Truscott the blue line. He'll take a long one, miss wide right. Wiley gets it, almost knocked out of midair by Gross. Instead, he knocks his whole glove off. Got to pick that one up. Up to Gardner, though. Long loping shot played by Corpy, but not going to cover that one. Play the puck. We'll play it again. It ends up behind the boards. This time we'll drop it off for Fantilli. Definitely some confusion there, I think.
Yeah, a little miscommunication.
Fantilli thought that Corpy was going to play it, and then Corpy went back to play it, but Fantilli had it. Wolverines up the ice again, though. This time Werner to Stoppa. Circles around the boards. Fantilli's got to collect it. Ernest tripped up. No whistle, covered by Posh. 5 minutes to go for the Wolverines to try and make some magic happen.
Yeah, tense sequence there for the Wolverines. Had a couple of chances. Shifsky probably had the two best ones. Posh made a couple big saves. No doubt. But again, you know, just cannot get the puck in the back of the net right now.
Face off in the offensive zone. That's Hage. Hage, Humphreys, and Oldenhauer with Lovell and Edwards. Definitely the line you went out there for the Wolverines.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wolverines win the face-off. Moldenauer cross-ice pass. Lovell comes up. His shot trickles in front again. Big, juicy rebound with nobody to collect it.
Yeah, another great job by the Huskies to kind of not allow that puck to get cleanly to Posh, because Lovell was winding up basically from the blue line as he skated in.
That'll be an ice on the Wolverines. Take it all the way back down. Corpy looking at the bench a little bit. Again, wondering how long they'll keep him in there.
Yeah, not going to be too much longer, I'm sure.
Long shot by Wiley, no good, misses wide right. Hayes trying to take it up himself, but bumps into a couple Huskies, and it goes the other way. Edwards has to collect. Knocks into the feet of Ryman. Ryman gets Aushon in front. Luckily cannot convert for the Wolverines.
Yeah, good stick there by Lovell to kind of deflect that one wide.
Humphreys cross to Edwards, dumping in for Hayes. That's gonna be an offsides. Hayes touched it anyway, seems he didn't agree.
Yeah, that was pretty close. He got in cleanly, for sure, so I definitely don't doubt that call.
Getting a line change here quick for the Wolverines. Draper, Ernest, Rowe with Truscott and Fantilli is the current grouping on the ice. Still too close for comfort. Corpy still in net. Wolverines scored an empty netter yesterday, hoping this time they can go on the offensive with the net empty. Got it back in the offensive zone. Through the feet of Fantilli, kept in by Rowe, but Sahlquist gonna knock it across the ice anyway for Reiniers. Corpy's got to play it behind the net. Just bounces over the stick of Truscott, so he can't corral it. Instead, Hall and Rove got a battle. Truscott comes away with it, up to Draper.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if next chance the Wolverines get, where they get puck possession in the offensive zone, Corby heads to the bench.
3:30. Edwards looking for someone open. There's not a lot of good options. He just dumps it in. Ends up back in his hands after Husky corralled it. Same play again this time. Halem comes up, try and collect, and he has Shifsky right in front of the net, and again, Wolverines can't convert. Frustrating game where it feels like the Wolverines have been the better team for a lot of it.
For sure.
Back behind the net, up to Lovell at the blue line, cross ice, right side Edwards. Back to Lovell, center at the Big Ten logo, back to Edwards. Hughes. Edwards, slap shot, no good, bounces back behind the net. Hage can't corral it, and another dump and chase. Corpy has left.
Good chance for Edwards and Lovell. Lovell kind of went with the slap pass there looking for, Lovell, went with the slap pass there looking for Edwards. Back post, just another near miss for these Wolverines. And you could argue that St. Cloud State might have outplayed the Wolverines last night and the Wolverines came out with a win. It's quite the opposite tonight. It's quite an interesting way the Hockey Gods have their way of working things out.
St. Cloud State has taken timeout. One of the issues Wolverines team has had this year is closing out series. They have not managed to get a sweep yet. They've split in every series this season, dropping the first one again in their home opener against Minnesota State. And it looks like the pattern's going to continue tonight. This is an issue, especially once Wolverines get into Big Ten play. Have not started yet, but that'll be coming up soon. Next game will be next Friday against the NTDP, an exhibition match. But after that, I mean, it's creeping around the corner.
Yeah, and I'm interested to kind of what the reason is, because it is the second night, and they have two very capable goaltenders in Stein and Corpy, so it's not goaltender fatigue. I don't know if some of these players maybe get tired. I'm not sure entirely what the issue is, because it is always the second outside of the Minnesota State game. So that's something that I'm sure, you know, the coaches are wondering themselves as well.
This is an issue that plagued them last year as well, just being unable to win both games in a series. Looks like, unless we see some magic here, we're going to see the same thing tonight as Edwards loses control of it. Ashan is wide open. Truscott's got to come in. He's not fast enough, and there's an empty net goal in a mirror image of last night, putting the Huskies up 3-0 with 2:16 remaining.
Yeah, in a way very similar to last night, only kind of roles reversed. Edwards just lost the puck there, gave Ashan just wide open chance, potting away from the Michigan Medicine logo. Relatively simple goal, but tonight's going to be a night that Michigan, the Wolverines, kind of look back and say, one that they should have won, one that they could have won. Just a night of near misses. Couple unfortunate goals. The second goal is certainly one that Corby would like to have back. Then you have the empty netter. Just not good enough tonight for the Wolverines, unfortunately.
Corby back in net as the Huskies have possession. Thorson being shoved in the boards by Haiti. Tripped up a bit. If I had a nickel for every time that man's hit the deck tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Battling for it. Ends up on the stick of Haiti. Lidkey trips up Draper as it rolls in.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to keep Corpy in for the rest of this one, as they kind of let the final 90 seconds tick off the clock here.
Rolls all the way back into the Wolverine zone. They've got to get it out. Just over a minute remaining to score 3. Rossborough up. Ashan gets dropped, and that's going to be a penalty. And that's going to be a fight. Lovell's in there. Werner's in there, and Rossborough's on the floor.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration for the Wolverines, I'm sure, just especially for a guy like Lovell who's had his chances tonight, just hasn't been able to convert. But that entire bench, I'm sure, the coaching staff is a little bit disheartened, just kind of searching for answers. They weren't able to solve the test of Isaac Posh tonight.
Lovell's going to get a personal escort to the box for charging. No penalty for St. Cloud. They'll be on the power play for the last minute and 5 seconds in this one, and that kind of puts the baby to bed here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Lovell's just going to be in that box thinking about the missed opportunities tonight. He's not concerned about that last penalty for sure, but Isaac Posh, I thought, did a phenomenal job. I thought Brnovich was really good for the Huskies as well. And then on the Wolverine side, I thought Hage, Humphreys, Moldenhauer, those are your best 3 forwards tonight. I thought they had enough impact plays, enough impactful moves. Just couldn't put one in the back of the net tonight.
Wolverines win the face-off, but Truscott can't clear it. Kind of chopped it a bit. Estapa finally does, gets into the neutral zone. All just kind of feels like a bit of a fraud exercise here.
Yeah.
Huskies just gonna bat it around. They don't need to do anything here. Ralph brings it up. Can't wait to see you on the Blues, buddy. Maybe end this on a positive note. Wolverines managed to clear it. I think they might hit off Hallam.
I did. I think
on the
he
bench.
Was, yeah, I think he was getting ready to come off, and it just kind of hit him right where it says Michigan on his jersey.
Just under 30 seconds. We won't keep you for too long once this one's over. I feel like we've done a lot of recap already.
Yeah, kind of been the same story for really, maybe not the first period, but the last two for sure. Just not many words that you can say about the Wolverines, because I thought, again, like going back to last night, I thought the two things that they really need to work on were clean entries in the zone.
And there's a goal. Hall with a bar down shot in the top right-hand corner. That was filthy. That was the best goal of the night, in my opinion. And it happens once your opponent's kind of giving up a little bit. Just 22 seconds remaining, and oh, this place is emptying quick.
Yeah, just an absolute snipe into the top corner by Hall. I would agree. Best goal we've seen tonight. But the one thing that I was looking for, again, pregame, better entries into the zone, less turnovers in their own defensive zone, and I thought they did both of those things well. I thought they definitely improved on that, and then, coming after this game, you're just looking at how can you beat the goaltender, and I wouldn't be surprised if next week, or in games after, they kind of have a little bit of an offensive explosion. Sometimes hockey has a funny way of working itself out like that. But I'm sure all these guys on the bench, the coaching staff, would rather have that explosion tonight.
Ryu Mullen knocks it up. Rowe loses it. And the final buzzer sounds on a 4-0 beatdown. Not beatdown. This team played well. Things just kind of fell off at the end there. And the Wolverines split the series with St. Cloud State, winning the first one 3-0, dropping the second 4-0. Not for lack of trying. They might have just had the worst puck luck in the world.
Yeah, and give St. Cloud their credit too. Posh was phenomenal in that they blocked 19 shots tonight, and a lot of those were in high danger areas. A lot of one-timers where guys were just able to get a stick on the puck. There was the one on Edwards earlier, a couple of the one on Shifsky. So St. Cloud State played a great game as well, especially on the defensive end. And they're going to go back to Minnesota happy with a split against a top 10 team at their place. But I wouldn't be surprised to see these two teams meet again in the postseason.
That'll do it for this one from Yost Ice Arena. Thanks so much for listening. We've got hockey next week, Friday, against the US NTDP U18s, an exhibition match. Halloween night at Yost, I will be here. I will be in a costume, but I will not be on air. I'm not exactly sure we have on that call, but you should tune in. Perry, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a maybe not excellent first hockey broadcast, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. For Perry Mourtzinos, I'm Kendall Spencer, and I'll leave you as we always do with a good night and a Go Blue.